Is this working? I don't know. Hello, friends. I'm in bed. Welcome to where the magic happens, or to where I just hold my pillows and cry at night. Here they all are in all of their glory. Welcome back. I don't know if I can take myself seriously in this bed, but you know what, we're gonna go for it. Welcome back to Dig It with Raven, and happy Ancient History Day 2021, fam! What's Ancient History Day, you ask? Well, all day long, your favorite archaeology and history content creators will be posting brand new content live, providing you with over 10 hours of just pure ancient history gold. I don't know if you had any other plans today, but it is time to cancel them. Call all your friends, tell them that you're just gonna stay inside because y'all got some YouTube to watch. Big shout out to Megan Lewis and Dr. Joshua Bowen of the channel Digital Hammurabi for organizing this whole thing and gathering all of these content creators together. I'm very, very excited to be a part of it, so thank you so much for including me and allowing me to film from my bed. This year's Ancient History Day theme is Hindsight is 2020, which is very fitting given the last 18 months that we've had. So when I was presented with this topic, I immediately thought of the toilet paper video that I made at the very beginning of this panorama, this Panini, whatever we've been calling this global shutdown. And I had so much fun doing that one, and I figured, you know what, why not do something like that for today? Except instead of toilet paper, I wanted to talk about something that maybe we've all become a little bit more attached to and more appreciative of during our times spent locked inside. Our pillows. Oh, this is bad. I'm gonna fall asleep. This also explains to you why I'm coming at you from my bed with all of my pillows surrounding me. Also, with the schedule of Ancient History Day, my slot is 7:45 in the morning in Eastern Time, which means that many of you will be in bed when this video goes live. So I figured it would be very fitting that we all just enjoy the very first video of the day from bed. So yes guys, cozy on up and listen to some very sexy pillow talk on how we used to lay our heads throughout history. There's a quote in Homer's Odyssey that says, "There's a time for many words, and there's also a time for sleep." What a mantra to live by. Sleep is vital to our proper brain and bodily function. Longer REM sleep leads to increased cognitive capacity, which was vital for human evolution, and it is also vital for my ability to become a quasi-functioning adult. With sleep being so vital to living a healthy lifestyle, it's no wonder why it's so important to set yourself up for success with the right tools and accessories. And it's not just humans that are preoccupied with making themselves comfortable while they sleep. Although we'll never know when exactly the use of what we can call pillows or headrests for sleep came into play, we do know that reptiles and mammals have been using themselves and each other for little headrests when they go to sleep at night, which is super cute. Animals and humans also evolved to use other inanimate objects for head support while sleeping, such as stones, rocks, big piles of leaves, just whatever you could really get your hands on to make your slumber a little bit more just enjoyable. It's, you know, everyone needs a good night's sleep, and I think that it's such a basic animalistic need to just get your proper rest that, yeah, no matter what species you are always going to look for a way to just up your game a little bit in the sleep department. There does seem to be some preoccupation with just lifting your head up off of the ground for a little bit extra support when you're sleeping, for that extra comfort, for just your body to align better and just work better as well. Apart from this, we also have evidence from between 5 and 23 million years ago for tree-dwelling apes building these like sleeping platforms in the trees, and it was found that apes that build said sleeping platforms, they obviously sleep better, so that way they can get away from nighttime predators much easier, and it helps them from not falling out of the tree, which that's pretty important if you ask me. Like, just like step one about sleeping in a tree is just don't fall out of the tree. Moving on to early humans, an amazing discovery was made just last year in southern Africa, where we have found the earliest evidence for bedding dating back to 227,000 years ago. That's blows my mind. I love it. This is absolutely just a ridiculous fact for me. The excavations took place at Border Cave in the province of KwaZulu-Natal, and I probably said that wrong, and I'm really sorry. These early beds were made out of grass, and they were laid on top of layers of ash, which supposedly created like a layer of insulation, and it also helped with preventing all those creepy crawlies from just climbing all over you while you slept. And that's just no, I don't. Raven does not want that in her bed. Apparently ash clogs up the spiracles that insects use to breathe. It scratches up their exoskeleton, and it eventually just dehydrates and kills them. So that was really, really intelligent of early humans to do. Take note, friends, when you're out camping next, just lay a little layer of ash on the ground before you rest your head, and you're just gonna be sitting pretty. There ain't gonna be bugs crawling up all over your face at night. No siree. The archaeologists also found remnants of stone tool manufacture in these beds, in these little like sleeping mats, which means we've just been multitasking from bed since time began. So never feel guilty about doing that Zoom meeting from bed, from having breakfast in bed, from doing your work in here. The bed just seems to be this very, just homely, comfortable spot where we just can do anything and everything that we want. This is why I love archaeology, because the more we study about human history and the more we uncover, we just realize that we haven't really changed that much. It's really cool to see, and it's very humbling and very inspiring. Let's move on to modern humans and to objects that we would more likely recognize as pillows. The earliest recorded use of modern humans using pillows dates back to around 7000 BCE in ancient Mesopotamia. These pillows were made out of stone with a half-moon type shape carved out around the top to support the head and the neck. These definitely would not have been the most comfortable, but their function, much like the layers of ash in the prehistoric cave, was to keep the bugs and all the creepy crawlies again from just like getting into all of the orifices. And who knows, they might have actually maybe covered it or patted it down a little bit, but we haven't found any trace evidence of that yet. And it's very difficult to even find any of that anyways, because organic materials don't survive very well in the archaeological record. Mesopotamian stone pillows were also a big symbol of wealth. Stone was very expensive in ancient Mesopotamia, and we can see that because most of the regular everyday buildings were built out of a much more affordable substance called mud brick. This meant that pillows were a sign of status, and I feel like that still rings true today. Like, things haven't really much changed on the pillow front, because a good pillow is still super expensive. In ancient Egypt, they used these very elaborate looking headrests to rest their head when they went to sleep. And these don't look so comfortable either, do they? Like, I haven't tried one, so I can't attest to their level of comfort, but that just doesn't seem, for me anyways, like a really fun night. I think I'm just gonna, stick with my fluffy boys right here. Egyptian headrests were made out of various materials like stone, wood, sometimes marble, sometimes ceramic. And if you look at it from a practical standpoint, using one of these bad boys kind of makes sense. We see the use of headrests even today in really hot climates. When you raise your head and neck above your sleeping surface, it increases the airflow, which just helps keep you cool when you're sleeping. Also, if elaborate hairstyles are a regular occurrence for you, that really does help protect your coiffure from any sort of tossing and turning that you're going to be doing that night. And coming from someone who has struggled quite a bit with the curly girl method, I can appreciate that. I really can. And I feel like I should take a lesson from it, but I might just have to deal with messy hair the rest of my life. And it is something I have accepted. Also, again, there is that bug benefit from raising your head off of the ground. So, it's just this is a very practical thing now that I think about it. It's just like, nobody wants a bug crawling into their ear and like nesting and, no, never mind, I can't talk about it. It's like one of my greatest fears is just like a bug crawling into my ear and laying eggs. like I don't know when I would be in that situation for it to happen, but it is a fear of mine. It is a very real fear. If we're talking about, again, like using organic materials to cover up some of these headrests, these harder surfaces, they might not have actually used them because organic materials attract pests, and pest infestations are not what we want when we lay our head to sleep. So that might have actually been a very practical decision. And if you want to learn more about pests and how they get into organic materials and artifacts, be sure to check out my YouTube video on one of the 10 agents of deterioration. But that really does make sense that people would hesitate to add an organic, softer material onto their headrest because they just, again, don't want the bug in the ear. Just don't want it in the ear. Egyptian headrests were also used for the dead because the head was a very important symbol in Egyptian spirituality. They believe that's where, your life force is, the essence, all that stuff. So a lot of the headrests would be inscribed with images of the gods and inscriptions for protection. Though again, they were also mostly used by the wealthy people, just like in Mesopotamia. We see similar headrests and pillow type things in ancient China, but to a very elaborate extreme. I mean, look at these things. These are like proper pimped out hard pillows, you guys. Proper pimped out headrests. I love it. Pillows in ancient China were traditionally solid objects made out of various materials like bamboo, jade, stone, porcelain, wood, and bronze. Ceramic headrests became the most popular, with these objects first appearing in the Sui dynasty between 581 and 618 CE. Of course, not everyone was going to be happy with these really hard headrests or pillows, and there were some complaints about them being too hard and too cold. And I mean, like, they're not wrong. Apparently, though, some people used this cold, uncomfortable ceramic headrest to their advantage. A scholar and politician named Sima Guan, who lived during the Song dynasty, claimed that he used this cold ceramic pillow to help him wake up in the morning so he had more time to study. Like, I guess that's one way to get you up out of bed in the morning, and it would be every college freshman's worst nightmare to have those in the dorm rooms. I think I'm honestly past the need for a cold ceramic headrest to wake me up in the morning because my problems just wake me up at 5 a.m. anyways, so no fancy technology needed here, just existential dread. Now, if we're looking for a pillow that more resembles what we sleep on today, we have to look no further than ancient Greece and ancient Rome. These guys mastered the art of the fluffy pillow very early on. But of course, they were reliant on what they could get their hands on to make it fluffy and comfy, as well as their wealth and social status. So they were these cloth cases, pillowcases, they would fill them with reed, with straw, and with feathers to make them as fluffy and as comfy as they could. And since you're making your own, you can really kind of just customize it to the fluffiness and the denseness that you want. Of course, the upper classes had access to better textiles and better filling, like proper down fillings for pillows. But everyone seems to have used pillows back in ancient Greece and Rome, and they were even included in burials very similar to ancient Egypt. From what I gathered in the rest of my research, and I may have been less misled here, but apparently in the Middle Ages, not many people used the pillows as much, and Henry VIII even went as far as banning pillows at one point, except for if you were a pregnant woman, which, I mean, like, I guess there's an incentive to procreate, but don't really I don't know. I haven't found any primary resources on that in my research, but it's a fun story. Another type of sleep support that we've come across over history is the takemakura. I'm not saying that right either, but it stands for tall pillow, and they were used by geishas to protect their hairdos because they had these very elaborate hairdos that had to last quite a few days because they took so long. So in order to protect them, they'd have to support their neck quite high up to make sure that they could, keep their hair for a few extra days. By the 16th century, the pillow became a lot more commonplace, and with the advent of the Industrial Revolution, everyone could have an affordable pillow in their own home, and they became a lot more commonplace and just typical, everyday, necessary items. Not only that, they have become fun fashion accessories and just decorative items to enjoy your space a little bit more. I personally think we've become a little pillow obsessed, she said. I was There are 9 pillows here. I don't know if you can see them. There's 8 or 9 pillows around me at this moment. So me in my small little tiny room, I have 8 pillows. Go into your house and count how many pillows you have, and you'll realize just how pillow obsessed we've all become as a species. Pillow technology has come a long way over the course of human history, and rightly so. Our sleep is so important to our health that it only makes sense that a pillow would become an essential part of the human story. Be sure to let me know in the comments down below which of these ancient pillows that you would most likely use in the event of you having to forfeit your favorite pillow from your bed. I would love to see what the generic consensus is with what you think would be the most comfortable or the most livable. And of course, thanks for taking part in Ancient History Day, for starting the day off strong with me in bed here. Make sure you watch the rest of the videos, if not today, throughout the rest of the weekend, and really just enjoy this momentous occasion. I have put a link to the Digital Hammurabi website with the schedule down in my description, so make sure to click that and see all of the amazing creators taking part in Ancient History Day. If you like that video, go ahead and smash that like button down below. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel so you never miss out on another sexy video from my bed. I don't know if we'll do any more because it's very warm and I've just been sinking this whole time. But if you like my videos, you like what I do, you want to support the channel, head on over to Patreon and become a patron. You get early access to all of my videos. You'll get stickers, mugs, t-shirts, freebie fun things like that. You might even get your name on the screen right here as a supporter. Here are all of my socials, and as always, stay dirty, my friends. All right.